Hey guys, this is my school organization video. So I made a bunch of videos this weekend and I hope you watch them because they're all about school and stuff like that. So I might link them below if I want to. I don't know. I haven't made up my mind yet. When I upload the videos, I'll make up my mind at the time. So I'm just gonna tell you what I do to stay organized. Like I'll just go through all my folders and my notebooks and stuff like that, and I'll show you what I do. I'm not gonna necessarily like give you study tips or anything. I'm just gonna show you what I do, and you might get some ideas from that. And then I'll make like a whole different video on like binder organization. I don't carry binders. I don't like using binders, but I know a lot of people do. My sister carries binders. So I'm just going to like take hers, modify it in my own way, and then put a whole video up on YouTube about it. And then I'll do like a study tips video. I have a bunch of things I have written down here, how to take notes and stuff like that. So I'll do those videos maybe next weekend or tomorrow if I have time. So I'm just going to get started. I basically have 8 classes in a day. I don't have the A schedule on the A block and the B block. I don't have 4 classes one semester and then the other for the next semester. I don't have that. I go to school my bus picks me up around 6:45. I come back around 2:45, and that's pretty much my whole day. I have gym first period, and then on Fridays I have lab for biology, so I don't have gym on Fridays. And then second period I have biology honors. Third period I have Spanish 3. Fourth and then my school is weird because our lunch periods are shortened. It's 25 minutes instead of 45 minutes, what a regular class time is. So then we have a class 4-5. It doesn't mean that class is longer. It just means that the name is 4-5. So 4-5 I have what do I have? I have geometry, and then 6-7 I have English 2 honors, and then 8th period I have lunch, and then 9-10 I have history, CP, college prep. I'm not taking honors. And then 11th period I have personal finance, which is my elective, and then 12th period I have algebra 2. Yes, I am taking 2 math classes. In my school we usually get 2 electives, but if you don't want to take one of your electives, you can only take one, or you don't have to take any electives. You can take like 2 languages, 2 math classes, 2 science classes, 2 history classes. No, you can't take 2 English classes or 2 gym classes. Yeah, and then if you don't have enough classes, you can take up to like 5 electives if you want. So in senior year, a lot of people just take like 4 to 5 electives just to have fun, and they don't take like history, and they don't take English, and they don't take math. Because in my school, those 3 subjects, the minimum is 3 years. For English, you have to take all 4 years. And gym, you have to take all 4 years. So yeah, and then I'm going to have health 3rd marking period, which this year is going to be driver's ed for me. Yay! I'm going to get my permit this year. I'm so excited. So I'm just going to get started. And that's basically my whole schedule. So I'm going to show you everything. Let me just organize something. And just put everything in order, so it's easier for me to pull out everything while I'm making the video, because I don't want to get distracted. And then I have this class, and this class, and this class. Okay. I'm going to show you my textbooks first. I have 4 textbooks. I have Algebra 2, which I'll show you right now. I have an Algebra 2 textbook. This usually stays in my locker, and then to be organized for this, I put page markers in here. Can you see that? And I don't really get homework in this, so this just stays in my locker. I put one on like the beginning of the chapter, the getting started page, like some practice problems and stuff, and then I'll put one for each section. Like 1-1, there's a flag for each section, and then there's a couple flags for like the chapter review and the chapter tests and stuff. I just dropped that on the floor. Yay. And then I have my geometry book, which is covered. We have to have this covered. And then I did the same thing over here. I put a flag in the beginning of the chapter, and then one for each section. Geometry book I have to bring to class every single day. And then I have my biology book. My honors biology. And I basically do the same thing where each chapter is, where each section is. I put some flags in because I have to take notes this weekend. So I just put in the flags where I have to take notes where I left off. I did some notes yesterday. I did half of them, so I put a flag in where I stopped. So when I start to do my notes after my videos today, after I'm done making videos today, I'm gonna just start my homework again and try to finish up all of the notes, so I don't have to do it tomorrow. And then I have my literature book. My English book, it's so fat. We get to keep this at home, and I'm in English honors, so we don't really have to use this book except for like the beginning of the year. The rest of the year is just going to be novels and stuff and different things, but we're not going to have to use the book any longer. I don't think we're going to use it anymore, except for like when we have to do poetry and stuff, and that's it. And then I just have my word power book, which is basically for English honors. It's divided up into chapters, and within the chapters there's like 3 sessions, and we have to learn a chapter in 2 weeks, and each chapter has about 70 words, so we have to learn them in 2 weeks, which is pretty hard, but considering it's English honors, I'm pretty sure it's okay. We divide the book on our own, and each chapter has exercises we're supposed to do. So that's basically it, and I'm just reading this for my English honors reading group. And then I have my homework pad. If you open up my homework pad, you have a folder which I just like to keep reminders in, and in here I just have my locker information. And there's another folder right here on the back side of it. And then to write my homework down, it doesn't have like the special calendar and the special boxes for each day. I just write down the date up here. I write down all my classes in chronological order. It does gym, biology, Spanish, geometry, English, U.S. history, elective, and algebra 2. And I just write down whatever I need. Like for gym, I wrote down I need clothes for September 13th because that was my first day. So I wrote down I need to bring my clothes, and then I just put a box next to it so I can just check it off after I've done that homework. And then biology, I had to read like page 6 to 17. So I put a box down and I have to check it. On Spanish, even if there's no homework, I have to write none, because if it's blank to me, it means I forgot to write down the homework, which I'll be worrying about. And if there's no homework, it's like just write it down so you don't get confused in the future. Like for homework this weekend, for gym, I have to bring my clothes. For biology, I have to outline pages 23 to 33. For Spanish, I don't have anything. For geometry, I don't have anything. For English, I have to prepare for a discussion seminar. For history, I have a states test. And for elective, I don't have anything. And algebra, I don't have anything because I had tests and stuff on Wednesday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I didn't really have to do anything for a lot of my classes. So I just write down, and I divide each page into 2 days. So it's really helpful for me to write down every single thing. And I don't highlight anything in my agenda book. To me, it's a waste of time, waste of energy, waste of product to put post-its on it. If I just write down everything, I'll know. It just like stays in my brain, like I have to do this on a certain day. Like if I have a test in 3 days, the first day I'll like try to learn the vocab words. The second day I'll try to answer the questions in the study packet. The third day I'll just go over everything. So that I just know in my mind how to organize everything, so I don't have to write everything down. I just have to write my homework down. Even if there's no homework, I have to write none down, and then I make a box next to it, and then I check it off. And even if we had homework and I finished it in class, I still write it down, so I know when I go home I can check something off. I'll know I'll have one thing done, so I don't, like, it just calms me and it relaxes me. And then I have more English things. I have a lot of things for English. I have a notebook. which is basically for notes for questions or something. Like in here, I have to take notes on pages 1 through 20. I took a lot of notes. I'll show you. I took like a lot of notes. Do you see this? Like, this is insane. She didn't even ask for this money, but I just took them because I knew we were going to have a test or something on it. So why not take them? She gave us like some PowerPoint notes we had to take. And then the book Anthem we're reading. I'll show you the book. This is the book we're reading, Anthem. We have questions on it, so we have to do like essay answers. So this is basically what I did, and this is all that's in this notebook. And also, we get journals like maybe 2 to 3 days a week. Like we get a journal, and we get a journal question, and we have to write in our journal. This is our journal. To write like a whole page analysis response about it. So I only have 3 in here so far. Like one on September 14th, one September 20th, and one is September 28th. Like that's how much apart she'll like give us those. And the main things, the folders and the notebooks. Okay, so I have lunch 8th period. So most of my classes are in the morning. So I use a 5-subject notebook. It's pink. So if you open it up, the first section is for biology, because first period is gym, and Fridays it's biology. Biology lab during gym for on Fridays. So I just need a folder for that, which I put all of that information in my biology folder. So I don't need a subject. I don't need like a whole notebook for that. So I just skipped. I don't need a notebook for that. So this first section is biology, and in biology we just have questions to answer, some notes to take, make some outlines and stuff like that. That's it. And then if you turn to the next section, I have Spanish 3 information. I don't use these pockets for anything because they're not helpful to me. And then if you turn to the next section, you start with geometry. So all of this, the last 3 sections are for geometry. I don't have anything in the last 2 sections yet, because for math classes you need a lot of room. And after geometry I go straight to English. So I have a separate notebook for English. So basically I have 3 subjects for geometry. And then I'll show you my afternoon class notebook. It's blue. The first section is after lunch. I have social studies, personal finance, and geometry too. So the first section is history. This is just a quotes page. He gives us a quote every single day, so we just have to write it down. And then the second section is algebra 2, and so basically the 4 sections over here in this notebook are for algebra 2, because I do a lot of work in algebra 2. So that's basically it. This is how I take notes. This is how I stay organized about like notes and stuff and questions, and that's it. And then I have a bunch of folders. I have a folder for every single class. I have a folder for homeroom. I don't need a whole folder for gym because we don't get any handouts or anything. So I have one for homeroom, which is red. And then I have one for biology, and it's yellow. I don't know why. And then I just keep all my handouts in here. Oh, my name's everywhere. Oh my god, I write my name on everything. Okay, so I can show you. I'll just show you a sneak peek. Like that. Okay, I just keep all my handouts in there. Spanish 3. This is like very light folder, barely has anything in it. And then I have my geometry. I have a lot of handouts in here, but they're not packets, so this folder doesn't weigh a lot. I write my name on everything that's important. And then I have my English folder. And then I have my history folder. I have my personal finance folder. I have a lot of handouts in this class. And then I have my algebra 2 folder. Blue. Okay, so that was about the end of my organizational video. This is how I organized, so I recommend you organize. Some tips on organizing: I would say you need an agenda pad, a homework pad to write down all your homework, but don't go crazy with the highlighters and the post-its because you don't really need them. If you are if you are an organized person already, it'll just stay in your brain. Like, you can divide up and chop up all your information just in your mind. You don't need to write every single thing down. And it's a great idea to get just 5 subject notebooks instead of like a binder for each class, because that's insane. Like, a binder for each class, I don't know what people go, how crazy people are. They have like a binder, they have like a 1-inch binder for each class, which they just put handouts in, and they have tons of dividers and stuff. It's like, no, you can just put the papers in chronological order in your folder and you'll be fine. No, they have to divide it up into notes, into do-nows, into worksheets, tests. It's like, no, it's like you'll get more confused that way. You're not that organized in that way. Just in my opinion, if you're a kind of person like that, I'm not dissing you. I'm not trying to make fun of you. I'm not insulting you. That's your way of getting organized. But in my opinion, this is so much easier. It's so much simpler, so much cheaper. And then people that have binders, then they have notebooks too, and it's like, no, a folder and a 5-subject notebook for your morning classes and your afternoon classes. I think that's perfectly fine. And especially for people that have like the A block and the B block, like 4 days one day and then 4 classes one day, 4 classes the next day. It's like, just, if you want to use binders, just use a binder for like morning classes, afternoon classes, A block, B block, first semester, second semester. That's all you need. You don't need to go crazy. This is just my way of being organized, and I hope you liked it and maybe you got some tips from it. So that's about the end of my video. A lot of ranting and stuff. I'm sorry about the end of the video. It's like, I just get mad when people have so much to carry and then they're always complaining. They're like, I have so much to carry. My back hurts. My this hurts. My this hurts. My shoulder hurts. It's like, why don't you minimize the amount of school supplies you have? Maybe get like a couple folders, a couple notebooks, and you're good to go. That's it. Have a nice day. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Bye.